agreed to say no more than we have to. The truth is, the plane crashed. A bunch of my friends died. And then the rest of us starved and scavenged and prayed until they finally found us.
They thought surviving the plane crash would be the hardest part. They were wrong, because the real nightmare begins after the screaming stops. A group of teenage soccer players survives a catastrophic crash deep inside a remote Canadian wilderness. No phones, no rescue, almost no food, and no idea where they are. At first, they believe help is coming, and slowly, the girls realize something terrifying. If they want to survive this place, they may have to become people they never imagined they could be. This is the story of Yellowjackets. The plane crashed without warning. The plane begins shaking violently. The girls are thrown against their seats. Some scream. Others desperately grab anything they can hold. Then someone looks outside the window. Instead of clouds, they see trees rushing toward them. The plane is going down. The pilot tries to regain control, but the aircraft is already losing altitude. Seconds later, the plane crashes directly into the wilderness. The impact tears the aircraft apart. Several people are killed instantly. Others are trapped inside the wreckage. Smoke fills the cabin as terrified survivors crawl through broken seats and shattered metal. Coach Ben is badly injured, with his leg trapped beneath the wreckage. The girls desperately try to free him, but his leg is crushed beyond saving. Then Misty does something that shocks everyone. She grabs an axe. With no time to waste, she cuts through the damaged leg and saves Coach Ben from bleeding to death. The others stare at her in horror. But Misty remains completely calm. For once, the girl everyone ignored has become the person everyone needs. And that feeling will eventually become dangerous. The first night, the survivors gather around the crashed plane. Bodies are scattered across the wreckage. Many girls are injured. Everyone is terrified, but they still believe rescue is coming. They have an emergency transmitter that should send their location to rescuers. All they need to do is survive until help arrives. Then they discover something else. They're completely surrounded by forest. No roads, no buildings, no people. Nothing but trees stretching in every direction, and nobody knows exactly where the plane crashed. Still, the girls convince themselves that rescuers will find them. They just have to wait. But Misty has already discovered the emergency transmitter, and she makes a terrible decision. Misty's secret Misty destroys the transmitter. She deliberately smashes the device that could have helped rescuers locate them. Why would she do something so horrible? Because before the crash, Misty was the outsider. Nobody respected her. Nobody wanted her around. But after saving Coach Ben, everything changes. Suddenly everyone listens to her. Everyone needs her. And Misty realizes that rescue would take that feeling away. So she secretly keeps the group trapped. The others continue believing that help is coming. They have no idea their best chance of rescue has already been destroyed. Finding the lake after several days, their supplies begin disappearing. Water becomes their biggest problem. Then, one of the girls discovers a lake several miles away. The group votes to leave the crash site and search for it. After hours of exhausting travel, they finally reach the water. For a brief moment, everyone forgets the crash. They swim, they drink, they laugh. It feels like the first good thing that's happened since the disaster. Then they see something in the distance, a cabin. The girls rush toward it, hoping they finally found civilization, but the building is abandoned. Dust covers everything, cobwebs hang from the ceiling, and inside, they discover the remains of someone who apparently died there years earlier. The cabin may provide shelter, but it also raises a terrifying question. What happened to the person who lived here? The wilderness starts changing them. The girls quickly realize that surviving will require more than waiting. They find a rifle and begin learning to hunt. Natalie turns out to be one of the best shooters. Eventually, she and Travis manage to kill a deer. The starving survivors finally have fresh meat. But strange things continue happening. they discover mysterious symbols carved into trees. Lottie begins experiencing visions. Thaisa starts sleepwalking, and the cabin itself seems to have an unsettling history. At first, everyone tries to explain these things logically, but the longer they remain in the wilderness, the harder that becomes. Soon, some of them begin believing that something is watching them. Shauna's secret. While everyone struggles to survive, Shauna hides a painful secret. Before the crash, she had an affair with Jackie's boyfriend, Jeff. Soon, she discovers she's pregnant with his child. Now she's trapped in the wilderness with Jackie, forced to hide the truth while their friendship slowly falls apart. Lottie's visions. After the crash, Lottie begins having disturbing visions. She senses danger before the others and starts believing something supernatural is hiding in the wilderness. Strange symbols, unusual animals, and her mysterious warnings only make the girls more convinced that the forest wants something from them. Winter arrives. Winter makes survival even harder. Food disappears, temperatures drop, and the girls become desperate. With rescue nowhere in sight, they realize they may be trapped for a very long time. And desperation is about to change them forever. The mushroom party. Misty secretly gets mushrooms to drug Coach Ben, but they accidentally end up in the group's food. Soon, everyone begins hallucinating and losing control. The terrified girls start seeing one of their teammates as prey and chase him through the forest like a pack of animals. They eventually stop, but they've crossed a terrifying line. Jackie and Shauna. Jackie eventually discovers Shauna's betrayal with Jeff. Their friendship collapses. That night, Jackie leaves the cabin after their argument. A brutal snowstorm arrives, but Jackie has nowhere to go. Shauna dreams that Jackie returns and everything is forgiven. Then she wakes up. Jackie is still outside. She is frozen to death, and Shauna is left to face the devastating consequences of their final argument. Jackie's death changes everything. Shauna finds Jackie frozen to death outside the cabin. Her death changes the group forever. They're no longer innocent teenagers. Hunger, fear, and violence are taking control. Meanwhile, Lottie's visions grow stronger, and some girls begin believing the wilderness is communicating with them. The wilderness is changing them. 25 years later, Shauna, Thaisa, Natalie, and Misty are living normal lives, but they're hiding a dark secret. Then someone starts blackmailing them, threatening to expose what really happened in the wilderness. Their past has finally come back to haunt them. Shauna's marriage. Shauna eventually discovers that Jeff was behind the blackmail. He had found her old journals and knew what happened in the wilderness. But Jeff wasn't simply trying to destroy her. He was trying to protect their family while dealing with his own problems. Still, the truth forces Shauna to confront everything she's buried for 25 years: her affair with Jeff, Jackie's death, her pregnancy, and the terrible things they did to survive. Thaisa's secret. Thaisa's past is haunting her too. Her sleepwalking becomes increasingly disturbing, and she starts discovering things she did without remembering them. Her family becomes terrified, while Thaisa begins questioning whether it's just trauma or whether something followed her home from the wilderness, because maybe the girls escaped the forest. But the forest didn't escape them. The final revelation: by the end of season 1, the survivors are physically free, but emotionally, they're still trapped. Shauna carries guilt over Jackie. Thaisa struggles with her mysterious behavior. Natalie is haunted by addiction and memories of the past. Misty remains obsessed with being needed, and Lottie appears to be heading towards something much bigger. The wilderness may have created a new belief system among the girls, a belief built from fear, visions, starvation, and desperation. And 25 years later, those beliefs may still be alive. The end. The plane crash was only the beginning. The girls still have a long time to survive in that wilderness. Their food will run out, their relationships will collapse, and their desperation will push them toward choices they never imagined making. 25 years later, they may look like successful adults, but inside, they're still those teenagers trapped in the forest, still carrying the secrets, still haunted by Jackie, still wondering what really happened. and most importantly, still connected to whatever they became out there. Because they survived the crash, they survived the wilderness. But they may never survive the memories of what happened there. And if Season 1 has taught us anything, it's that the scariest thing in the wilderness may not be what's hiding in the trees. It may be what happens when there's nothing left to stop the people hiding inside them.